All right, everyone. Very warm good morning and welcome to day two of the Generative AI Mastermind. I see a lot more people in the waiting room trying to join in, trying to make it in as we all dive into the intermediate and advanced level. Attended day one of the Mastermind Generative AI yesterday. While you did miss out on a lot, I will do a very quick recap so that every one of us are on the same page before we get started with day two. But I see a lot of people asking multiple types of questions on the chat box currently, which I've just closed about the Discord community, about certain different links, prompts, resources, certificates, and all of that. Now, here's the thing, right? As we get started with day two, I want all of you to know that you are at the right place. If you are sitting in front of your laptop and you're able to see me on this Zoom call, you don't have to worry about anything else for the next 4 hours from now. Until we break for lunch, you don't have to worry about anything else. And it is during the lunch break that I'm going to help you again with the Discord community link. I'm going to help you with instructions on how you can get resources from us. And what are these resources? These are all of the tools and the prompts that our mentors have used yesterday and will be using today as well. So for the next 4 hours, I do not want us to focus on any resources, any certificates, any Discord community, and all of that. If you are on this call, you are at the right place, and this call allows us to teach you intermediate and advanced levels of generative AI. Is that clear that you will not ask me for certificates? You will not ask me for Discord links. You will not ask me for any resources for the next 3 to 4 hours so that we can completely focus on what we are teaching you here. Is that clear? All the 3,000 people who have already joined in, drop in the word clear on the chat. Clear on the chat if what I have stated just now, you are clear with it. And somebody on the chat at some point of time might come out and again ask for a certificate or a Discord community. As friends, as one community, I want all of you also to take up the responsibility of helping people understand that as we learn, it is very important for us to focus on what is being taught and not on resources, not on Discord community and all of that. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Now, to set context about how today's entire day is going to go by so that you are very prepared mentally and you know what is going to come when. The whole day today has gotten started and we will be spending till 7 p.m. IST. And there's only one agenda that we have for today. Yesterday, we tried to help you understand what generative AI is, and I'll do a quick recap of what happened yesterday, right? And yesterday, we focused on the beginner levels. But today, we are going to dive into the intermediate and advanced levels. There are going to be two mentors that you're going to be meeting today. It starts with Vaibhav Sisanti, who is the founder of Outskill and Growth School, and he's a social media influencer as well. I'm sure lots and lots of you would have already seen his content on social media already. He's going to be taking the very first session today, and it's going to go on from about 10:15 a.m. IST to about 2 p.m. IST. And yes, we are going to take a short 5-minute breaks in between as the session goes by. And your lunch break will be from 2 p.m. IST to about 3 p.m. IST today. So 60 minutes of lunch break is what you will be getting. Our second half of the day starts from 3 p.m. and will go all the way till 7 p.m. with, of course, multiple short breaks that we have planned for you. In the first half, we will be focusing on what AI bots are. Yesterday, we spoke a lot about fine tuning of AI models. How can we go ahead and do that? How can we build solutions using AI tools and AI workflows? What are AI agents? What is the future of AI going to look like? All of this is what the first session is going to cover. And because all of you asked me yesterday, we have also included many examples of the kind of products and solutions that we have been able to build inside of Outskill to be able to give you a perspective of what you truly can do with generative AI. And in the second half, a lot of you have been asking, how can I apply AI in finance? How can I apply AI in trading, in stock market, in business operations, in process optimization? AI automations or building automations using no code or without writing a single line of code is the skill of today that is transforming a lot of workplaces. And that is what we will be diving into the second half of today. So it's a long day. And just to broadly show you everything that is going to happen today, let me pull this slide up and kind of show you all what it is that we are talking about. So I hope you can see the screen. We completed day one yesterday, and today we are at day two, and these are all of the things that we will be trying to cover today. And towards the end of today, I'm also going to be talking about how you can get resources from us, and there are a few bonus announcements that we will be making which will help you continue your learning journey. So this is the broad agenda that we have for today. Are you all clear with this? Drop in the word clear on the chat if you're clear about how we are going to be spending time together today and what is it that we are learning. Somebody says, let's go. I love that energy. I love that energy, my friend. Wonderful. And I hope all of you have your coffee or your water with you, just so that you can keep yourself excited, pumped up, and fresh to be able to absorb everything like a sponge as we go ahead and start it. Wonderful, folks. Wonderful. You are a lovely, lovely audience, right? I love the fact that all of you are learning with energy. With that, let me quickly give everybody a quick recap of what we learned yesterday. Now, this is helpful for all the people who attended yesterday to kind of get a quick recap of all the things that we learned. And for those of you who missed out yesterday, this will help you get up to speed and understand what we tried to learn over 5 hours yesterday that I'm going to summarize in the next 5 minutes. And as I do this, I want all of you to take out your notebooks. If you have taken down notes diligently yesterday, I want you to go through the notes that you have taken and remark it as I do the recap for all of you. And those of you who have not taken notes yesterday, please take out your notebooks, take out your pens. It is going to be very important for you to take down notes today as you attend. It is super important. Otherwise, you might regret it much later. So we started this mastermind by truly understanding how AI is transforming the way we work. We understood that irrespective of who we are, all of us could be entrepreneurs running different kinds of businesses that are of different sizes. All of us might be working professionals, or we might be hustlers with any number of years of experience. We all understood that it's time for us to evolve. It is time for us to adapt new technology and upskill ourselves. And there is one role that we kind of spoke about. There is one direction that we all decided to have yesterday, and we all decided that we should go into that direction. What is it that we should all try and become in this mastermind? Everybody on the chat, if you can say it out right now. What is it that we should try and become? Yes, all the 4,000, 5,000 people who are listening to this on the chat, drop in AI generalist. We saw why we all have to build multi-domain skill sets irrespective of who we are today. And we understood the importance of becoming an AI generalist for that. An AI generalist is somebody who is not skilled only in one specific domains, but has the knowledge of using AI in the right way, has the knowledge, in-depth knowledge of different AI models, and has the ability to build solutions using AI in multiple different domains, making them skilled across verticals, across functions, across domains, making them more valuable than everybody else. We all set out on this journey yesterday to become an AI journalist, and we also saw what truly is happening inside of companies and how things are changing, how humans are being replaced by AI agents. And today you are going to see how AI agents really function and what they could do. And I'm sure that's going to give you a much better perspective as well. And then we realized that we should start by understanding the foundations and not just jump to AI tools. So we went ahead and saw how generative AI models really work. How do these large language models really work? And we saw that there is a 5-step process that text-based large language models really follow to be able to give the outputs. Now, can all of you put it in on the chat box? What is step number 1 that generative AI models follow to be able to give you the outputs? We spoke about 5 different steps. Can all of you put in step number 1? Yes, I love the right answers that are coming in on chat box. Tokenization. What is step number 2? What is step number 2? Embeddings. Very, very good. What is step number 3? Step number 3. Wonderful. Self-attention. What is step number 4? I love it. I love it. Prediction. And finally, what is step number 5? Absolutely. Response generation. We saw that large language models, be it any large language model that you pick, there is a 5-step process that is followed, which is tokenization, then embedding, then transformer mechanism or self-attention, prediction, and then finally the response that you are looking for from the AI model is pushed out by it. This is the 5-step model. People who did not attend yesterday's session and missed out can take a quick screenshot of this. Santosh, I know that this was covered yesterday, but I'm doing a quick recap because this is important for you to refresh in your own minds, right? But we saw this yesterday, and then we saw the prompt engineering. We saw why it is important for us to craft very detailed prompts. We saw one type of prompting technique, which is magic prompt formula yesterday. And then we also spoke about multiple types of prompting techniques. Today, we are going to go into a few other types of prompting techniques that are going to help you build AI agents. And then we also saw how generative AI use cases are there in images and videos as well, and what diffusion models could really, really do. And then we went ahead to build our own generative AI tool stack or toolkit. We saw multiple generative AI tools for productivity, research, slicing of data, data analysis. We use generative AI tools that can help us become smarter versions of ourselves on the internet, like Emily, Supergrow, Social Sonic. We saw how presentations could be made, and we saw how we could use tools like Suno to be able to create some amazing music. There are a lot of generative AI tools that we learned, but after learning that, we also saw the importance of not just focusing on AI tools, but also on AI workflows. We saw how the mindset of an AI generalist should look like and how AI generalists should go extremely deep into the problems that they are solving and solve root causes using the ability of AI. With that, that was day 1. It was the beginner level, and all of it that we covered yesterday is going to help all of us cope up with what we are going to be teaching you on day 2. With that, are you all excited and pumped up to get started with day 2? Drop in the word excited on the chat, and I will hand this over to Vaibhav, who is going to be leading the very first session. And for the next 3.5 to 4 hours, absolute attention on the session. Vaibhav, I hope you are able to hear me.
What's up? What's up? What's up, people? I hope you guys can hear me and see me. How is it going? How is it going? Brilliant. I see all people are very excited. I was there behind the screen looking at if you guys remember everything that you guys learned yesterday or not. Looks like a lot of people did learn a lot of new things. So amazing. Okay, here's the thing, guys. Somebody's is this Vaibhav's AI avatar? It is not. It is me. If whenever I use my AI, I usually put a big disclaimer message that this is my AI and it's not me. Anyways, so as we get started, I know Funny has given you very good context of everything that's happening, but I follow a few rules and I expect you guys to follow those rules for me. Right? One is that I'm going to keep turning off and turning on the chat, right? Whenever I want to ask a question, I will turn on the chat and, open it up. My team will, frequently be opening up the Q&A box as well. And every time they do open, they will drop a message in the chat saying, hey, the Q&A options has been opened. You can drop your question. The reason why we don't keep it on all the time is because you often end up skipping what's happening right now while typing the question, right? So we want you to be focused. When there's a low time, my team will tell, we know when to open these boxes and we will, right? Three, guys, I understand that everybody has very good perspectives, very strong perspectives, very important opinions, right? But here is one request. We have done these sessions like 100 times, right? We have taught millions of people already, and it's rated 4.75, 4.8 out of 5, right? So why am I saying this? Is because if you guys have something specific in terms of you think that we should run this program differently. For example, someone just recommended, can you guys skip the introduction and jump into the main program? Listen, I understand you guys have your perspective, but please keep it to yourself right now. We will share a form towards the end of 2 days. That is where you will get access to. That is where you could actually fill in your thoughts. But as of right now, please keep your thoughts to yourself. Please keep your suggestions and recommendations to yourself. Put it in a Google form, right? And let us run the show like we always do. We know a thing or two about how to run this show, and we would like to run it that way. And obviously, because you guys told we should do something like this right now, because 2, 3 people think something, it's not going to change for the 4,000, 5,000 people that are here, right? And on top of that, it distracts us. Obviously, something else that is very important is if we see anyone spamming, they will be kicked out of the call. So don't do anything that you should not be doing. Okay, that is my request overall as we get started. Today's session is going to be quite intense. Okay, today's first session is going to be like a 8 out of 10 in terms of intensity. The second session is probably going to be 9.5 or 10 out of 10, right? So we will build up over the course of time. That's why we gave you guys a refresher yesterday where you learned for 4 hours. We got you riled up. We got you excited. We made you believe that AI is massive. Today is where we get really, really serious on a lot of things. The kind of things that you will learn today are things that 99.9% people have no idea of. A lot of people think they know what AI is. Trust me when I say this, most of people have no freaking idea what AI is, what it is capable of today, what it can potentially do tomorrow. But that is going to be different for you people because you guys will have the understanding, will have the power, will be in the top. Will be separated out from everybody else by end of today's session. But that cannot happen all by itself. You cannot just become like a, excellent AI first person all by itself. You have to give it time. You have to give it focus. There are going to be a lot of times throughout this day. You'll be like, yeah, let's give up. Yeah, it's a weekend. Let me go watch IPL or, whatever, Netflix. You will find a lot of reasons. Your mind will tell you why not to spend time on this session because that's how we humans are tuned, right? But trust me, there are few people who are going to win over and we're going to stick around, who are going to learn, and they're going to come out as different people altogether, right? We are here to help you out. We are here to, level you guys up, and we will do our 100% while this happens. Are we on the same page? Boom in the chat, and we should get started. Boom in the chat, guys, if we are all on the same page. Brilliant. 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 Okay. So let me quickly share my screen. Do let me know. Can you guys see my screen? Yes, in the chat, if you guys can see my screen. Everyone? Okay, brilliant. Perfect. Let us get started. So obviously, right, yesterday you guys learned about level 1, level 2, and level 3, where you learned about foundations of generative AI, how to do prompting, finding out tools, playing with creatives, and finally, eventually built a crazy product for you guys with Bolt. And we did all of that in like, I don't know, 4 hours, which was absolutely wild, right? Today is all about level 4 and level 5, or the step 4 or step 5, where we'll go deep dive into building agents and we will go deep dive into automations. And that is what I'm very, very excited about. And that is what we will do right now. We should get started right now. Okay, perfect. To start with, let's try out by building some AI bots without any further ado, right? So for that, I'm going to jump to ChatGPT. right? I'm sure everybody has ChatGPT, right? On ChatGPT, right? I don't know, a lot of people don't realize this, but there is an option. Funny, could you run the poll, please? There's an option called as GPTs right here. You can see this on the sidebar, right? There is something called as GPTs, which is right here. If you tap on this, there's a poll that Funny has launched. Do answer that. When you tap on this, what you land here is called the GPT's marketplace. What are GPTs? So you see, ChatGPT is basically a general purpose tool. ChatGPT could be used to literally do anything and everything out there, right? But if you want ChatGPT to do something very, very specific, right, it is usually not very, very good. So you have to come up with great prompts to make sure it works out in a way that you want. As a result, ChatGPT released the feature where they are like, listen, if you want to build your own tools on top of the ChatGPT technology, we'll allow you to do so. And that is what GPTs are. These are micro apps on top of ChatGPT, right? And you will see that there are hundreds of thousands of tools right here. There are hundreds of thousands of tools right here, and they're all created by people like you and me, right? And you can keep playing with them. You can keep exploring them. You can search for anything that you want, and you will find one as well. Funny, were you talking?
No way, bro.
Okay, cool. Okay, so that is what GPTs are, right? So what we will do is, let's say you have a specific use case. Let's say you want to write an email and you don't want to write your own prompt or whatever, right? You can go to search GPTs and just search for email. And you will see the bunch of email writing tools that are created before by people all over the world. And if I see this, the one in the top, it says email and mail writer. If I click on that, you can see there's a nice little profile picture or a logo, email and mail writer. It's by a creator called Akira Shindo. It has 6 lakh reviews. 6 lakh people have used this product. That's insane. And it's been rated 4.4 out of 5, which is pretty cool, right? I'll click on start chat. And here we are. This is how the app looks like. You see how different this is from ChatGPT. This is how ChatGPT looks like. It says what's on your agenda and a nice little search box, very neat and clean. But the email and mail writer looks different. You can see this. It has a logo, it has a name, it has a creator name, it has description, it has something called as starting points as well, right? Which is very cool. So let us get an email written by this. So let's give it a shot. You are, okay, that's, okay guys, all throughout I'll not be using typing. I'll be using my voice, and I use a tool which converts my voice to text on a Mac. So I'm going to talk about that tool. If you guys are keen towards the end, don't worry about it. Okay. I want to leave on Monday and Tuesday because I spent my weekend learning generative AI from Outskill, and the whole weekend was taken up. I spent more than 18 hours learning, and I did all this learning so that I can do a better job when I come back to work. So please give me leave, and also, if possible, don't deduct my leaves, please. So that is what I'm mentioning. You can see this. I want to leave on Monday and Tuesday because I spent the weekend learning generative AI from Outskill. The whole weekend was taken up. I spent more than 18 hours in learning. Uh, so please give me leaves and make sure you don't deduct my leaves also is what I'm saying. You see, nowhere do I mention write an email here. I'm not asking you to write an email. I just said I want a leave. And because it's an email and a mail writer tool, the AI understands what we want and it ends up writing the email, though we didn't mention write an email because it's a tool that is created to write emails. So it automatically creates the email, right? So that is what a email and a mail writer tool is, which is one of the GPTs that are out here. And like I said, there are hundreds of thousands of GPTs out there that you can play with. And as I see in the poll as well, right? I see about 80% of you guys have answered the poll. Only 8% of you people have built a GPT before. 24% have used it. That's awesome. And 70% have no idea about it. Now, everybody knows what a GPT is. But the real power of GPT kind of kicks in when you actually create one. And these are GPTs that are created by people all over the world, right? But you can actually create your own GPT as well. And the way you do that is by clicking on this nice little black create button, right? As I click on this create button, I land on this new user interface. The one on the left side is create, which is a creation wizard. The one on the right side is preview. Now, we will talk more about this, but before we get right inside of this, right? You will not be able to see this create button if you don't have a paid ChatGPT account. So you can, while you can use GPTs for free, to build them, you need a paid ChatGPT account. Now you'll be like, Vaibhav, yeah, I don't have a paid ChatGPT account. What do I do? Can you help me out? What is the solution? I don't want to pay either. Whatever, right? I think ChatGPT is the best investment that you can ever make. The best $20, the best 1,500 rupees that you can spend. But for whatever reason you don't have a paid ChatGPT account, then that's fine. You might not be able to create a custom GPT using this, but right after this, right, I'm going to teach you a free tool which could do the same thing as well. But there's a reason why I'm not teaching you the free tool to start with, and you will know why. Okay. So even if you don't have paid ChatGPT account, don't worry about it. I will show you a free way of doing that. Okay. So please stick around. Now, let's click on the create button, considering I have the pro version or I have the paid ChatGPT account. When I click on create, right, this is the window that you end up seeing. The one on the left is the creation wizard, where you can talk to AI to tell what you want to build. And the one on the right is the preview. You can see live what AI is building for you, right? That is how it works. It's magical. And the way you build these products is using text, right? We just explain what we want and AI will do all the work for us. Okay. You will see what we're going to do about this here. Okay. Let us say that we want to build something. Let's say we want to build a, uh Twitter generator or a tweet generator. So we give a topic, it should give us a tweet. That's the bot that we want to create, right? So how do we go about it? So I'm going to be like, you are an expert when it comes to social media and you have had a lot of experience writing tweets, which often go viral on Twitter. I will give you a topic and your job is to come up with a tweet which will fundamentally go viral on Twitter every time I post it. So use all your learnings, all your knowledge about writing viral tweets and write me a viral tweet every time I give you a topic. That is what I want you to do. So what did I say? I basically said you're an expert in social media. You are great with writing tweets which go viral. I'll give you a topic and your job is to come up with a tweet which will go viral. That's basically what I say. That's what I explain. That's what we want as the tool, right? And you'll see automatically it has started to generate a profile picture, right? It does everything all by itself and it has come up with a name as well. It says viral tweet machine and comes with a profile picture as well. It has done all this without even me saying anything. Let's say I don't like this, right? Could you come up with a profile picture which is much more minimal, neat and clean? I don't like any shadows and use majorly black and neon green. And the neon green could be the line design that you're using. I want something very modern and minimal. So what am I saying? I don't like the profile picture. So I'm basically giving suggestions on how I want the profile picture to be. And let's see if AI gets it right. Look at that. Not bad. Guys, don't you think this is super cool? Cool in the chat. So we gave AI some understanding of what we want as a tool. It came up with a name. It came up with a profile picture. It came up with a description. It did everything already, right? It already did everything, right? Now you'll be like, hey, we can make it better. Sure, you could keep spending time to make it better. I think it's pretty good for me. I like it, right? So it says, listen, it's all done. Do you want to adjust anything further or this one? I would say this looks good. I mean, of course, right? If you are building something, you can spend like even 1 hour getting the best profile picture. But right now, I want to like go on to learn. Okay, now that everything is set, it says try it out on the preview on the right. Just drop a topic and watch it turn into a viral tweet. Want tweaking, anything else, let me know. So what is it saying? It's like, I'm done. I'm pretty much done with the tool. Now you can go and try it. So like I said, the right side part of it is the preview. This is where we can try. So let's try. Topic: AI will take many jobs. Okay. Let's say that is the topic that we want to try. Let's see what kind of tweets it comes up with. AI won't take your job, but the person using AI will. Relatable, fear, flipped, clever. You're not competing with AI. You're competing with the guy who stayed up all night learning how to use AI better than you. Looks like you're being spoken about here. Right? You guys spent not, if not all night, you were there late night as well. So great job, guys. AI isn't coming for your job. It's coming for your boss's boss. Then it's your turn. Short omniscience and stop scrolling. AI will take jobs. Denial will take yours faster. Meme style energy. AI is gonna take our jobs. Bro, Excel's been doing math since 1985 and you still use a calculator. It is like burning us. So, but you get the point, right? Guys, what do you guys think of this? Drop a boom if you think this was crazy. We just gave one topic. Okay. And it just gave us 5 different tweets all at once. Now it is like, what's a certain tone? Funny, serious, urgy? I will say funny. And it's probably gonna come up with more tweets which are funny as well. Look at that. Look at that. Right. AI won't take your job. It'll just do better faster without asking for lunch breaks. That is so true. AI taking jobs, don't worry. Your boss still thinks the cloud is weather related. Don't know whose boss this is, but this is funny. AI taking my job, jokes on them. I've been winging it since day one. Worried AI will take my job. Meanwhile, I just Googled how to make a PDF. Right? So, guys, there you see it. As we give it a topic, it's able to come with a lot of tweets. Now, let's say you're going through these tweets, right? And you're like, you want to make them better. How can we make it better? So, let's give it some feedback. Now that you tried these tweets, how do you give feedback? You come to the left side and you kind of give feedback. Here, I'm going to be like, hey, the tweets are great, but I want you to help me out with something. I want you to make the tweets even more relatable for me, right? And the tweets have to be slightly sarcastic and funny if possible, and extremely relatable. Now, who should it be relatable to? It should be relatable to my audience. My audiences are usually mostly from India. And are either working currently right now or have their own companies or are entrepreneurs. So come up with stuff that is very relatable to people in India who are 25 to 50 years old, so that, when they read it, they'll be like, this makes sense. And on top of that, we are Indians, so we like a lot of tinge of Bollywood politics and things like that. So you can add all those little things and maybe a few Hindi words as well if you think it makes sense, but make sure the tweets are in English. So what did I do? I gave it a ton of feedback, like a ton of feedback, right? I just said, listen, my audience is all working professionals and all that. So make sure you come up with something which they will relate to. And I said, you can add Bollywood and politics a little as well if you want to. So that is the feedback that I gave. And AI is like, got it. I'm done with the update. Looks like it is already done with the update. And now it's like, why don't you try again? Let's give the same topic again to see if the quality has improved. You see, if I change the topic, then we will not know. Boss, after replacing half of the team with AI, teamwork makes the dream work. Bro, you just made dream a solo trip. AI is not taking your job. Your boss just discovered chat GPTs. HR in 2021, we are like family. HR in 2025, the family has been automated. Please collect your severance. Guys, isn't this a insane tweet? We are like a family in 2025. Your family has been automated. Ghar jao bhai. Indian parents, when you said you wanted to be an artist, क्या करेगा? रोटी कैसे कमाएगा? AI in 2025. Exactly. The real tragedy is not that AI will take your job. It is still attending 8 a.m. Zoom calls while it does. Guys, isn't this insane? Isn't this insane? Funny, I see a few people spamming. If you see them spamming again, can you please kick them out?
Yes, Vaibhav, I'll do
Guys,
that.
if you have to drop a message, you drop it once. You don't drop it 100 times. Perfect, 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 perfect. All right. So, guys, you saw the thing. This is Chat GPT, guys. It works on Windows, Android, any platform that you are on. Okay. This is Chat GPT. You don't need to be on a Mac for this to be there. Okay, perfect. All right. So we got a bunch of tweets right now. Now, the next step that I want to do is it's coming up with 5 tweets. Let's say I wanted to come with 10 tweets. Okay. And I wanted to do a little different things as well. What is that? Let's say something like this. Hey, the tweets are great, but here is what I want you to do. I don't only want you to come up with 5 tweets, but actually 10 tweets every time I give you a topic. Now, I don't just want you to come up with 10 different tweets, but I also want you to rate each of the tweet that you're coming with from a scale of 1 to 10 on the potential of it to go viral. If you think a tweet has very high potential of going viral, rate it 10. If you think a tweet has very low potential, then rate it as 1. So rate each one of the tweets on the potential of it to go viral. And also give me a one-liner explanation on why you think this tweet will go viral as well. Now give me all of this in a table format so that easy to consume, and also order them in a way that the highest rated tweet always is in the top. So that's what I want you to do. Guys, that's a lot of feedback, right? Now, what I'm telling AI is that I want you to come with 10 tweets. I want you to rate each of the tweets from a scale of 1 to 10, and then give a reason as well. And then give me an output in a table as well with an order of tweets which has the potential to go viral right in the top to bottom, which is crazy, right? So let us go and try the topic right now again. AI will take away many jobs. Look at that, guys. Insane in the chat if you think this is insane. Here comes a tweet, viral potential, and the reason for why it rated how much it rated. AI will take away your job, but don't worry, your boss still makes you work on weekend just to assert dominance. AI might replace humans, but who will handle chai breaks, team gossip, and let's circle back meetings? AI will take away many jobs. But have you seen Indian government websites? We are safe for another 50 years. Oh my God, this is crazy, right? This is crazy. Worried AI will replace you, bro. Your boss still prints emails. Chill. So, guys, from a scale of 1 to 10, how crazy do you think this is? From a scale of 1 to 10, how crazy do you think this is? Yes. Awesome. 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 Loving the energy, guys. Loving the energy. Brilliant. Funny, do you want to open up the Q&A box for a while right now?
Sure, Vaibhav, doing that.
Yeah. So guys, we'll be opening up the Q&A option right now on Zoom. You'll be able to see a Q&A box. If you guys have questions, something specific, you can drop it in the Q&A box right now. Okay. And my team will be happy to answer. So feel free to drop your questions here. And if you already see a question being answered, my team will not answer the questions. So you can go to the answered section and you will be able to see all the questions as well. Okay. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Okay, now that we have done all of this, now that we have got to this point, what should we do? The app is built, so we simply click on the create button. You can see this here. Now it gives us three options. We can save it as only me. If I store it as only me, only I can use it. If I save it as anyone with the link, anyone who has the link to this product can use it. So it's great if you want to share it with your team. And also, there's something called as GPT Store. If you select this, anyone in the world can use it. So I don't want anyone to use it except for me. So I'm going to just save it only me. And we are done. So let's just quickly copy this, open this up in a new window. And there you go. You can see this, the viral tweet machine looking beautiful. That is right here, right? So now we can basically ask, let's try it out again. Topic, let's say Elon Musk is an alien. Okay, we're just trying it out. Let's see what it comes up with. And there you go. You can see it has started to come with 10 tweets. Elon Musk is not from this planet. Proof. Sleeps 6 hours, 2. Runs 5 companies, 3. Still tweets more than the jobless cousin. If Elon Musk was Indian, his mom would have made him marry by 25, sell the companies, and focus on settling down. Alien privilege. Guys, crazy, isn't it? Isn't this just crazy? I love this tweet. Elon Musk isn't an alien. He's just that every Indian dad thinks their son should have been instead of a content creator. When Elon Musk tweets at 3 a.m., he's an innovator. When you do it, your relatives ask you if you're depressed. Ouch. This is like a very, very dark tweet right here. Right. But yeah, you get the point. You get the point. And yeah, this is what the tool does. Right. Now, now that we have got to this point, let's move on to the next part of this. All right. So we just ended up building this bot, which is great, right? Right now we have this ability to build our own bots, which 95% of people had no idea about. Great job, guys. Everybody learned something new. Now, what is very important, according to me, is that if you want to tap into the true potential of anything that you're building, you need to know how things work in the back end. If you really want to know the true potential of anything, you really need to know how things work in the backend. And that is what I want you guys to know about, right? So for that, what do? I simply go to ChatGPT again, and we are on this tool already, right? If you want to see the backend of this tool, obviously, here we were talking and the tool was getting built, right? If you want to see the back end of the tool, you have to click on this configure button. Now, as I see, click on the configure button, you can see the name is mentioned right here. You can see this, the viral tweet machine is here, right? You can see the name, you can see the description, you can see the profile picture, and you see some options that AI has created for us. Write 10 related tweets about Indian startup life. When I click on that, it starts to generate as well. These are basically called as conversation starters, and you can see all of them here. Now, if I go to the back end of the tool, you can see the name viral tweet machine is right here. I can just change it to 2.0, and that will change there as well. It has a description, which is right here. If I want to change this description, let's say if I want to say buy Outskill, it can do as well. And finally, you saw these conversation starters, these four, they are right here as well. You can see this. They are right here. And if I want to remove anything or add anything, I can do that as well. And it will just work out of the box. Now that I've updated it, if I click on copy link and go here and open it, you can see this viral tweet machine 2.0 by Outskill, and I randomly added something and it got added here as well. Right? It's a random string. So that is what I wanted to show you. Now, the most important part of all of these bits is this section called as instructions. This, according to me, is the most powerful, the most important part of this. When I expand this instructions box, right, you will see the whole prompt right here. Now, what is this prompt? What is this prompt? So everything that we spoke inside of ChatGPT, where we gave it feedback, where we say this is what we want to do. When I said I wanted Bollywood, Indian politics, everyday daily life, include Hindi words, it kind of understood everything that I told and it converted it into this crazy prompt. So literally, AI wrote our own prompt. That is what AI did for us. AI literally ended up writing our own prompt, right? And now it is important for you guys to understand this, that if you want to build advanced GPTs, if you want to build even more advanced AI agents or AI tools, you need to have the ability to write your own prompt like this. Because ChatGPT can only write basic ones. But if you want something advanced, ChatGPT cannot write that for you. You have to write it yourself, right? Now, with that being said, would you guys want to learn how to build advanced GPTs? What you learned is probably like beginner. Do you want to go to intermediate and advanced when it comes to GPTs? Hell yeah in the chat. Hell yeah in the chat. Brilliant. Guys, we are turning off the question box right now so that you guys can come back and focus on this, right? I see a lot of repeated questions. My team is trying to answer at this. Literally, like most of the people are basically asking the same question, right? So my team will slowly answer the questions. And if the question is already answered, the team is going to dismiss it. That is, they will not answer. You can always go back to see the answered questions to get the answer. Okay, perfect. With that being said, we are right here, which is basically the viral tweet machine where we created a basic bot. Now, I told you that I'll teach you how to build an advanced GPT or an advanced bot right now. Now, before I do that, right, I wanted to quickly show you what an advanced GPT looks like. You can see there are two tools of mine which are literally tapped here, right? Like I have them inserted right here. The reason why they are here is because these are tools that I use on a daily level. Okay. This is a tool that I've created, which writes a LinkedIn post for me. But it doesn't only write a LinkedIn post for me, it writes a LinkedIn post exactly like me. So when people read a LinkedIn post, they can't even tell if it is written by me or if it is written by AI. That is the generator that I've created. It writes exactly in my own style. It writes like me. So when you read this LinkedIn post, you can't tell if it is written by me or by LinkedIn or by AI. Guys, let me tell you one thing. Over I have over 450,000 followers, 4.5 lakh followers on my LinkedIn. 100% of my content in the last couple of years have been written using AI, using this bot. Now, you'll be like, Vaibhav, why is it so advanced? It is advanced because it doesn't only write a LinkedIn post, it knows how you write and mimics your style of writing. Now, if I go to Edit GPT, which is the backend, right? The reason why I say it's advanced is look at this prompt. or look at the instructions. This is not written by AI, it is written by me. Look how long this is. It goes on and on and on and on, right? This is the prompt I ended up writing to be able to get AI to mimic my style of writing and write LinkedIn posts in a style that will go viral. And I have trained it because I've had a lot of LinkedIn posts that have gone viral in the past. I've trained all those learnings to this AI tool so that it can write LinkedIn posts that could go viral as well. While it is very, very long that you can see, you also see that it has a hashtag. It has stars. It has something called as role, objective, context, instructions. It also has something called as notes. What the hell is happening? What are all of these? What are these hashtags and stars? Do you guys want to learn everything about how you could write advanced prompts like this so that you can build a 10x more advanced GPT? 10x in the chat. If you want to build a 10x more advanced GPT, 10x in the chat. Yes, let's get right into it. I told you that I will also teach you a free tool after this. Have patience. Again, have patience. I will not forget anything. I've done this 100 times. Don't worry about it. You sit and learn and have trust. Okay? Now, like I said, to build advanced GPTs, you need to learn how to write advanced prompts like this. But this prompt has role, objective, context, instructions, and has these hashtags and stars. You have to learn what these are to be able to write advanced prompts like this. And the reason why the prompt is structured the way it is because of the fact that it follows this special prompting structure of custom GPTs called as the markdown formatting or the markdown prompting. The whole prompt has been written using something called as the markdown prompting. Okay. And this is the special prompting structure of custom GPT. It has a few sections to it. You can see it has role, objective, context, instructions, and notes. It has a lot of things inside of it. Starts with role, goes on with objective, then context, then instructions, and then notes. Okay. Now, let me explain you what this is with a very simple example. You see, whenever I try writing a prompt for an AI tool or an AI agent, I almost believe that I'm hiring a human being. The way I think about writing a prompt is that, hey, I just hired a human being to do a job for me. And the human being is a very smart person, but he or she doesn't know anything about the job role that the person has been hired for. Hypothetical, okay? Let's turn off the screen and I want you guys to focus on what I'm talking about, right? Let's think about this hypothetical situation. Let's say, we went to a college to hire a lot of students and we hired one person who we thought was very, very smart, right? And that person just joined today. Let's imagine that person's name is Shalini, let's say. So Shalini just joined today, Outskill, and she has no idea what job she is supposed to be doing. She's just been hired from her college, right? So when Shalini comes into a meeting with me because it's her day one, I have to explain Shalini what her job is going to be. How will I explain her the job? Let's say I've hired Shalini. Back of my head, I'm like, okay, I need someone to handle customer success of Outskill. Okay. And I think Shalini could be a good fit here. And Shalini has just joined in. I have to explain her what her job is. So this is how I would explain Shalini her job, right? First, I'll be like, hey, Shalini, welcome to Outskill. Let me explain you about your role. Your role or the job that you're going to do is of a customer success executive. You are going to be acting as a customer success executive whose job is to solve problems of our learners. That is your one line role. Okay. Now, listen, your objective of the role that you're doing, what you're supposed to do in your role is basically the objective. And your objective here is to solve problems of learners of Outskill. What happens is more than 150, more than like hundreds of thousands of people for more than 150 different countries join Outskill programs every month. And when they join this program, sometimes because of a technical glitch, they might not have received a link. They might not have got access to something. They might have a question. So they write an email to hire@outskill.com. Your job is to read these emails, understand their problem, and solve their problems. That is the objective of your role. Okay, great. Now, Shalini, let me tell you this. You're not going to be doing some random job. The job of a customer success executive in Outskill is a very, very important job. Now, let me explain you why it is important. Like I told you, a lot of people from all over the world take our programs. And a lot of times they get stuck. As a result, they write us an email, right? When you are very prompt with responding to these people, you read the email, you understand their problem, you empathize with them, and you give a very good solution to them which solves their problem, they go out happy. They go out with a feeling that we care. When that happens, they will join our program. And when they have a good experience in our program, right? Because they had overall a very good experience, they're going to talk about Outskill to their friends. When they talk about Outskill to their friends, more of their friends will come and join Outskill, join our programs. And when that happens, Outskill will grow faster. And when Outskill will grow faster, you as a person will also grow faster. That is why your job is a very, very important job. So please make sure you do it with highest integrity. Guys, this is the context. So what did we do here? We started with role, where we explained, Shalini, what is a role, which is a customer success executive. Objective is to solve customer success tickets. And then we gave context. Context is an important segment of any prompt where you tell the AI why what they're doing is very important. Because if we tell AI, or if we tell even a human why what they're doing is very important, they will be able to do their job much better. Do you guys agree or not? If your manager tells you why what you're doing is important, won't you do your job with much higher like excitement and knowing the fact that you are doing an important job? That is exactly what we do in context as well. We tell AI why what it is doing is important. Okay, that is context. Next comes instructions. In instructions, what do we do? In instructions, what we basically do is we tell AI step by step what it is supposed to do. We literally tell AI step by step what it is supposed to do. In this case, let's say Shalini is an AI, which is a customer success executive. We say Shalini AI that, hey, open your email by going into this email ID and password, right? Once you open the email, open your inbox, open an email, understand the question. If you know the solution, answer the question. If you don't know the solution, ask the question to your manager. Find the solution and get back to the answer, right? Things like that. Step 1, step 2, step 3 for them to do the job, right? In the same way, you have to do it with AI as well for instructions. And finally comes notes. Notes is basically if you want to put something, or if you want to summarize something and you forgot about it, notes is a great place for you to put that information, right? Any summary, anything around it, something that you could not capture, you can put that in notes. Now, are we clear with what is role, objective, context, instructions, and notes? Clear in the chat. Clear in the chat if you guys are clear so far. Yes, incredible. For people who are still not 100% clear, don't worry about it. As we do an example, you'll get an idea. Now comes the very important question. What are these hashtags and what are these stars? Weber, what is the job of these things? I'm not able to understand. Well, let me explain you what these are. Okay. Basically, I have a question for all of you people. Okay. When you saw this slide for the first time, when I jumped from the old slide to this slide, right? What is the first thing you noticed? What is the first line of text that you noticed? I'm very certain 80% of you people read this line, special prompting structure, custom GPTs, or you guys read this line, markdown prompting. The reason why you read these two lines is because our brain automatically focuses on things that it thinks is important. And the way our brain gets a signal that it is important is when we see a text which is in larger size. When the font of the text is larger, we automatically understand that this is supposed to be important. That is why it is large. When a part of the word is bold or it's underlined, we automatically know it is important. As a result, we read it, right? This is how we humans give importance to a few things, by increasing the font size or by making it bold or by underlining it or things like that. Well, when it comes to chat GPT or custom GPTs for that matter, there is no way for me to select a text and increase the font size or make it bold or anything like that. So how do I tell AI what is important? We tell AI what is important using this markdown language. When we put one hashtag and write text, when we put one hashtag and write text, AI imagines everything that is written after the first hashtag as H1 or headline 1 or the biggest possible headline. When we write something with two hashtags, we write two hashtags and write a text, then AI imagines it to be an headline 2. So it is still a headline, but smaller than headline 1. And if you can also use three hashtags, by the way, which is headline 3. And also, whenever you put a word between two asterisks, you can see two stars and there's a word in the middle, right? Whenever you do this, AI imagines that word to be in bold. So let me show you one thing. You will get a very good picture. Feel free to take a screenshot of all these things, guys. You're not getting a recording, right? So this is what markdown formatting is. When you put one hashtag, it's headline 1. You can see the size of the text. When you put two hashtags, it's headline 2, smaller than headline 1, but still a headline. When you put three hashtags, it's headline 3, smaller than H1 and H2, but it's still a headline. When you put anything between two stars, AI imagines that to be bolded. Right? So this is a coded language for us to tell AI what is important and what is not. Did you guys understand right now? Did I do a decent job explaining you guys the powerful markdown prompting structure? Why we use hashtags, why we use stars, how can you leverage them smartly? Bullet points are nothing, guys. They're just points. That's why there's no need to talk about it. Right? With that being said, right now, I'm not going to repeat it. Colon is also nothing. It's just a regular colon. No fancy things whatsoever. And yes, bold can be used in headlines as well. Now, guys, don't worry if you could not understand 100% of this, because as we do a couple of examples, you will get a fair idea of how these prompts are working. Okay. You don't have to worry about it. Take a screenshot of this and have it handy. Okay. Now, with that being said, should we get into building an advanced GPT right now? Let's go in the chat. Using markdown prompting, should we go ahead and build an advanced GPT right now? Yes? All right, amazing. Let's go ahead. And do that right now. Okay. Okay. So, like I said, the first thing that we have to do is obviously, right? Let's come to Chat GPT. Okay. And now our job is to, in fact, I was thinking what to build. Let us just build this, guys. Let me teach you how to build a LinkedIn post generator, which will replicate your style of writing. Okay. So that you get a very good sense of how to build these things. Okay. So we will right now build a LinkedIn post generator. So any topic you give, it will generate a LinkedIn post, but it will generate a LinkedIn post in your own style. Now, if you have not written anything in your life, I'm sorry, I can't do anything about it. You need to have a style, right? You cannot say that I don't have a style. Everybody has a style of writing, right? But that is what I want to build. Guys, as I'm teaching you all these things, the way, okay, this is very, very important. I want you guys to focus on me, okay? Very, very important. As I'm teaching you anything, what you should be thinking about back of your heads is that, hey, Vaibhav is teaching me this. How could I use this to solve a problem that I am facing? I'm not trying to teach you how to build a Twitter bot. I'm not trying to teach you how to build a LinkedIn bot. I'm teaching you how to build an advanced GPT. And the example that I'm showing you is a LinkedIn bot. Now, why am I showing you a LinkedIn bot? That is because it is generic. Everybody can use it and everybody can relate to it. So you can learn it very easily. Now, whatever you learn today and all throughout, right? I want you to apply that on your own work. It's not about replicating what I'm building. It's about using your own brain, thinking about, okay, these are the problems that I have. And based on what Web have told, I can solve this problem maybe using a GPT. So that is how I want you to think. I want you to actively think about problems that you can solve with AI. The process that I'm teaching you is for you guys to get a sense of how to build things. Are we clear? Are we clear? Clear in the chat if we are clear. I want you to think like that. That is what an AI generalist does. An AI generalist solves a problem. And I want you to solve problems. And I want you guys to be smart enough to realize the fact that, listen, what Vaibhav is teaching right now is not a LinkedIn bot. What Vaibhav is teaching right now is a process with which I can build advanced bots. LinkedIn bot is an example. Okay. With that being said, let us get started. Okay. So guys, this is the bot that we will build, which is the LinkedIn post generator. Okay. And like I said, the first step for us is to write an advanced prompt like this, which is in markdown formatting. Now, if you're thinking that I'm going to write all of this prompt all by myself, absolutely not. I'm going to get ChatGPT to do all the hard work for me. For that, I'll come to the free version of ChatGPT. I will use the free version of ChatGPT. And I have to think. This is where a new thing kind of is important. I hope I have your attention right now. Whenever you come up with a problem, I'll give you the framework of solving this problem using AI. Okay. What is the problem statement that we have right now? The problem statement that we have right now is that we have to build a we have to build a AI agent or a LinkedIn or a chat GPT's GPT, which has the ability to write LinkedIn posts. Now, we know how to get AI to write LinkedIn posts because we already built a Twitter bot, right? So this is easy, but it comes with this extra function that it should be able to write LinkedIn posts in my own style. Now, that is a problem statement. I have to get AI to write like me. That is the problem statement. Now, if AI needs to write like me, I have to tell AI. I literally have to tell AI on how I write. But if I think about explaining AI how I write, it's going to be very, very hard for me to explain, because I could be like, oh, you know what? I write casually. I write in a storytelling style. I use simple English and things like that. But that is never enough for AI to be able to mimic our style of writing. So the problem statement right now is, before even I build the bot, right? I need to figure out a way to tell AI how I write. And I have to give it in a very, very detailed manner. How do I do that? Well, the problem is, how do I tell AI how I write? And the solution, according to me, is also AI. What if, because AI is extremely smart, right? All these AI tools are very smart. What if we give AI a lot of our LinkedIn posts that we have written in the past, and we say, analyze this LinkedIn post and you tell me how I write, and use that report to create a prompt? Because AI is very smart. If I give it 10 of my LinkedIn posts, it will be able to find patterns inside of it. And it can give me a detailed report. And then I can use that report and convert that into a prompt and use it inside of a custom GPT. Are you guys understanding what we are trying to do here? Are you guys understanding what we are trying to do here? Instead of telling AI how we write, we get AI to understand how we write. And that is what we are going to do here right now, guys. Let me show you that right now. I'm on ChatGPT 4.0 and I'm going to write a very simple prompt right now. Okay. I'm going to be like, you are an expert content writer and content researcher and content analyzer. You've had more than 15 years of experience in analyzing content pieces, and you have that ability to give detailed reports of any piece of content that is shared with you. Okay. So what I want you to do is, I want you to give me a super detailed DNA level analysis of how I write. What I'm going to do right now is, I'm going to share 10 of the LinkedIn posts that I've written in the past. And all these 10 posts that I'll share with you have gone viral and have got more than 1 million views on my LinkedIn. So your job is to go through all of these 10 viral LinkedIn posts of mine, understand how I write my LinkedIn posts, the kind of words that I use, the kind of sentence formation that I do, the kind of storytelling that I do, how I write my hooks, how I write my call to actions, If there are any hidden patterns in the style of my writing, what are the kind of content do I write, how do I use data, how do I use anecdotes, anything and everything that you can know about how I write, I want you to give me a detailed report of that. In fact, I want the report to be so detailed that even I should not know a lot of things about writing of my own writing, and you should be able to tell me. So do a DNA level, forensic level research on my content and give me a super detailed report. Did you understand? So guys, that is the prompt that I've written, right? A long one. I basically said, again, right? You're an expert content writer and content researcher. You're very good with analyzing content. I said, I want a super DNA level analysis of how I write. I'm going to share 10 of my LinkedIn posts, right? And gave it an understanding of, I want you to understand my words, how I form sentences and everything around it, and give me an analysis. And in the end, I said, did you understand? I didn't say, do. Oh my God. Okay, that's very cool. Psychological hooks. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share 10 of the LinkedIn posts that I've written in the past. And all these 10 posts that I'll share with you have gone viral and have got more than 1 million views on my LinkedIn. So your job is to go through all of these 10 viral LinkedIn posts of mine, understand how I write my LinkedIn posts, the kind of words that I use, the kind of sentence formation that I do, the kind of storytelling that I do, how I write my hooks, how I write my call to actions. If there are any hidden patterns in the style of my writing, what are the kind of content do I write, how do I use data, how do I use anecdotes, anything and everything that you can know about how I write, I want you to give me a detailed report of that. In fact, I want the report to be so detailed that even I should not know a lot of things about writing of my own writing, and you should be able to tell me. So do a DNA level, forensic level research on my content and give me a super detailed report. Did you understand? So guys, that is the prompt that I've written, right? A long one. I basically said, again, right? You're an expert content writer and content researcher. You're very good with analyzing content. I said, I want a super DNA level analysis of how I write. I'm going to share 10 of my LinkedIn posts, right? And gave it an understanding of, I want you to understand my words, how I form sentences and everything around it, and give me an analysis. And in the end, I said, did you understand? I didn't say do the analysis. I always ask a question towards the end where I said, did you understand? So that AI can quickly tell me what it understood. It said, yes, I completely understand. What is DNA level analysis will cover? Macro level patterns. Okay. Post categories, narrative arcs, recurring themes, signature oh my God. Okay. That's very cool. Psychological hooks, cognitive triggers, emotional arcs, use social proof. Okay. That's very cool. Writing style. CTA mechanics, hidden patterns and tactics, content strategy insights. Look at that. It got it very, very clearly. It said if it will do all these analysis for us if we give it a LinkedIn post. And it says, please go ahead and share 10 of the LinkedIn posts. I will begin the DNA level analysis. Perfect. So AI understood what I want. It's asking me to share 10 of my LinkedIn posts. So what I've done is I've already copied 10 of my LinkedIn posts in the past so that I don't have to copy paste and waste your time. So here I can say, here are my LinkedIn posts. Do the analysis and give me the report. And I will just share. These are 10 of my LinkedIn posts, guys, that I've copied in the past. I've just copied them, post one, post two, post three. I've just copied them and now I will send it to AI. There you go. You can see this. All my LinkedIn posts have been copied and pasted here. Now you might be like, Vaibhav, I've not written a single LinkedIn post of mine. Can you write a couple of them? please, so that AI can understand your style? Have you written anything in your life, like a blog article or emails or anything? You can give that to mimic your style of writing. Let's say you don't want to mimic your style of writing at all. You want to mimic someone else's writing style. You can do that as well. You can give someone else's LinkedIn post here as well, and it will mimic their style for whatever reason if you want to use it, right? So there you go. I've given my full LinkedIn post, and let us see what AI has come up with. Look at that, guys. Web of Cincinnati's LinkedIn writing DNA. Structured blueprint. Your post almost universally follow a signature 5-part structure. Hook, setup and context, breakdown and analysis, point of view of reflection, and CTA. Guys, I don't even follow any structure like this. It's just that I'm very used to writing in my own style. But AI is able to find these hidden patterns. Hook, emotionally charged, curiosity inducing, often sensational, uses shock, disruption, or major brand names of celebrities. Setup, 1 or 2 paragraphs. Breakdown and analysis. I do a clear listicle formatting, easy point and crisp punchy. Uses micro headlines in bold to guide my eye. Absolutely, I do this. I do a reflection and I then do a CTA. And then it says psychological and emotional design. I use curiosity, shock, authority, FOMO, nostalgia, personal struggle, and tribal energy. My goodness, even I didn't know I use all of these things. You move your reader emotionally from shock, curiosity, authority, empowerment, and then reflection. Guys, I'm being very, very frank. I don't follow any of this structure. Looks like subconsciously, because I was a marketer for a very long time, I used my marketing knowledge to write my LinkedIn post. As a result, it ended up formatting something which I didn't even realize. Right? And AI is able to tell me things that I didn't know of about my writing. Language and tone fingerprint, tone, persona, tension balance, the conversational tone, and you can see all the breakdown right here with examples, which is crazy. Formatting playbook, this is how I format my content. Content types and topic mix, insane. It's able to understand what kind of content do I write as well. Hidden traits, look at that. It has found some hidden traits as well. High relevance density, always value first, edge of real time, sticky retention triggers, crisis, multi-layered positioning. Your writing playbook cheat sheet. Here it comes. And final takeaway. You're like a tech savvy story writer with the instincts of a newsroom editor and timing of a meme page admin. Your secret weapon isn't great hooks, it's relevancy, readability, and rhythm. You simplify the complex, humanize the technical, and inject momentum onto every post. Guys, isn't this insane? Insane in the chat. Do you think it is even humanly possible for us to be able to do this level analysis manually of our writing? That is the whole point. That is the power of AI, right? We are able to get AI to do all these analysis for us. Sai Kiran, my screen is shared. People can see my screen. Guys, if any of you guys cannot see my screen, cannot hear me, cannot see me, drop off from the call and join back again. Do you think there are 5,000 people sitting on the call while they can't see my screen? No, right? It's probably an issue on your front. Drop off and join back again. Maybe that will fix it for you. Okay. Anyways, here is where we are, guys. We got the whole detailed analysis right now. So what will we do right now? Simple. I'll open a new chat GPT and I'm going to ask you to create a prompt for me right now, right? Simple. I'm going to be like, now that we got the analysis, we have to convert this analysis into a prompt that we can use. So what I'm going to say, I'm going to be like, you are an expert prompt engineer who has worked for the OpenAI team and has more than 5 years of experience in writing prompts for AI agents inside of custom GPTs. I will give you a detailed analysis of how I write my LinkedIn post. Convert the whole detailed analysis for me into a reusable prompt so that every time I give you a topic, you could use the prompt that you will generate for me. I could use that prompt to get AI to write LinkedIn posts exactly like me in my own style with the potential of it to go viral. I want you to include every single point that has been given to you in the detailed analysis and make sure the prompt that you generate is super duper detailed. Did you understand? Again, I end with a question. Did you understand? So that's what I'm saying. I'm basically saying I'm going to give you this analysis right now. Let's quickly copy this as well. Okay, there you go. I've copied this. And I just asked, did you understand? It says, yes, I understand 100%. You're asking me to take your detailed writing style analysis, includes your signature tone, da da da, and convert all of that into single reusable master prompt, right? And it's saying, you tell me, I will build it. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to be like, here is my detailed analysis, and I'm going to share the whole analysis that I've copied from here. Okay, click on the send button. Let us see what it comes up with. Look at that, guys. AI is literally converting the whole thing that I've given into a prompt right now. Crazy in the chat if you think this is crazy. It just converted the whole analysis that we shared into a prompt right now. Now, if you see this prompt, right, something is missing here. Something is missing here. What is missing? Though it has these asterisks and stuff like that, it doesn't follow our markdown prompting style. We wanted our prompts to be in markdown prompting, but it didn't follow that. So what do? We go back here and we just say, I come back to the chat here and I will say, can you rewrite the prompt in the markdown formatting like this? And I just copied the prompting structure and I just pasted it here. I click on the send button. You can see this. I said, can you rewrite the whole prompt in the markdown prompting structure? And I gave the whole prompt structure here. And look at this. It has started to write the whole prompt for us in markdown structure right now. But because it is using H1, H2, H3, it has automatically increased the size of the font, because we are not using a plain text editor right now, but we got the whole prompt here. Now, as I'm reading this prompt, no, before I move on and I'll show you how to get this in Markdown again, I have a feeling that it is not very long. So I have a feeling that it missed out on a few things, right? So if I want the prompt to be even better, this is a trick that I use. Hey, I just saw the prompt and I used it. It is okay. I could rate it 5 out of 10. But you know what? I did the same process with Gemini by Google, and it gave me a much more extensive prompt. And when I tried that prompt, the kind of outputs came were 2 times better than the outputs that your prompt was giving me. I expected you to do a much better job. Can you go through the detailed instructions of how I write my LinkedIn post that I've shared in the past with you? Go through all of that and rewrite this prompt again so that you can now beat Gemini. I want you to win. So please win. Guys, did you just realize what I did here? Did you guys just realize what I did here? I made AI to compete with itself to make it feel bad so that it can come up with even more detailed prompt. And look at this. Do you think it worked? Look how detailed this is this time. Divide and rule, absolutely. And this time it got it right. It got it in the markdown prompt as well. Guys, from a scale of 1 to 10, how crazy do you think this is? How crazy do you think this is? Insane, insane. Okay, perfect. Now that we got the prompt, now you can see this, the prompt is all ready. I can simply click on this copy button. Go to Chat GPT right now. Now that we have the prompt ready, go to GPTs, create new one. I'll come to create configure directly, and I will paste the prompt. You can see this, the prompt is pasted and our markdown formula is ready. The super detailed prompt is something that we just created, which is perfect, right? And we can call it the LinkedIn post generator, right? And we can give literally any topic I want. I can give a topic. Let's say OpenAI will go bankrupt. That's the topic I want to write a piece of content on. Let's see what it comes up with. OpenAI might go bankrupt and nobody's ready for what's happening next. Love it. Hook is completely nailed. Just a few months ago, OpenAI was the darling of Silicon Valley. Now, leaked internal numbers show that's burning $700,000 per day. And here is why it changes the game. My goodness, look at the point-wise breakdown. Short lines, the words that I use, everything is bang on. If OpenAI collapses, it won't be a company dying. It will shake trust of all AI. startups, investors, and public as well. Will Microsoft step in again or let it crash and rebuild? What would you do if you were Satya Nadella right now? Share this someone who is betting on AI. Guys, this is how much would you rate this LinkedIn post? I can literally rate it 9.5 out of 10 because it literally replicated my style of writing. It literally replicated my style of writing. I don't know what changes I should make on this as well. It is just perfect. Guys, crazy, right? My goodness, this is insane. Someone is like rating it as 1. I would love to see your LinkedIn post on what you have written in the past, right? Guys, stop being those people who are trying to get attention. It doesn't help. It doesn't work. It demeans yourself, right? So, anyways, getting right into this, we got the LinkedIn post working and we got it in your own style of writing. I have a question to ask to all of you people. What did you learn using this method? Guys, what did you learn? When we created this bot, what did you guys actually learn? I love it. Framework. Did you guys understand the prompting framework? The process of how we got to the style? Guys, did you guys understand how we broke down everything to achieve the goal that we want to? We learned markdown prompting. That is great. But it's actually the process that I'm talking about. How we broke down the big problem into smaller problem and how we got AI to help us in every step. It's the process that I want you guys to learn. Did you guys understand the process? Drop a comment process in the chat. It is that is what I wanted you guys to learn. You see, when we had this problem statement saying how do we clone our LinkedIn voice with AI, we broke down that problem statement into multiple steps. First, we collected 10 of our highest engagement LinkedIn posts. Next, we asked ChatGPT to analyze 10 of these LinkedIn posts and give us a detailed DNA analysis. Once we got the detailed DNA analysis, then we converted that into a prompt. And then we use that prompt instead of custom GPT to be able to build something absolutely insane. That is the process of problem solving that I want you guys to learn. Every time there's a problem, try to break that problem down into smaller steps. Use this thinking, and in every step, how can AI help me? Because again, you have to understand one thing. If you tell AI all the things at once, it might not be able to do a great job. But if you assist AI, if you directionally tell AI step by step on what needs to be done, it can do a 10 times better job. And that is what you're supposed to do as an AI generalist. This is what separates you from everyone who thinks how to know how to use AI to someone like you who actually knows how to use AI. So stop being that person, start being the person who can actually solve problems using AI. This is the framework to be a great AI generalist. You solve problems using AI by breaking them down. It's a process that I want you to think about every time you have a problem. Every time you have a problem, you have to think about how can I break it down into smaller steps and use AI to accomplish it. That is the takeaway. Are we clear? Are we clear, guys? It is not going to be easy. It will take you a few times of practice to get it. But if you get it right, you will be 100 times better than everybody else. So please practice. That's the way to go about it. Yes? Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Now, do you guys want to learn how to do this for free? Free in the chat. We already learned how to build this. Do you guys want to learn how to do this for free? Yes, of course you want to, right? Well, the free tool is nothing but it is actually currently my favorite AI assistant. I don't use Chat GPT a lot. I have started to use Gemini more than Chat GPT. Okay, the Gemini is by Google. It is the equivalent of Chat GPT, like I mentioned. All right, it is by Google. Now on Gemini, right? When you open this toggle, you will see something called as Explore Gems. When you tap on this, a new window opens up called as Gem Manager. there are a few gems which are created by Google. And when you click on new gem, you can create your own gem here. Okay. Which is gems are nothing but a custom GPT, right? Chat GPT calls them GPTs, Gemini calls them gems, right? I can click on new gem, and here we are on the user interface. Now you would know why I didn't teach you Gemini gems to start with. Because on Gemini gems, it doesn't write instructions for you. You have to write your own instructions. That's exactly why I thought I will teach you guys how to write great prompts like this. And then once you write a prompt like this, you can obviously come to Gemini and paste your prompt like this, because the prompt has to be written by you, but it's completely free. Even if you have a free account, you will be able to create Gemini gems, right? And you can call this whatever you want. LinkedIn post generator. Okay. And that's it. And you can see this, it is done. I can click on the save button. And guys, we have created the Gemini gem right now, which is the LinkedIn post generator. Now I can ask a question. I can say topic, OpenAI will go bankrupt. Let's see what it comes up with. Look at that. OpenAI just lost 5 billions in 2024. Are they on a brink of bankruptcy? And it breaks down the whole post for me. But you know what? If I compare ChatGPT with Gemini, I usually like with custom GPT, and specifically when it comes to writing, right? I have found ChatGPT to be better, right? But obviously you need a paid account for that. But there is one more advantage of Gemini Gems. Okay. Let me show you what I mean by that. On Gemini Gems, 2.5 Flash is like a normal model. I can select 2.5 Pro as well, okay, on Gemini Gems, and can ask the same question again. And you will see the output to be much better, because 2.5 Pro is a reasoning model, just like O3, right? So Gemini Gem allows you to use the reasoning model. And when I use 2.5 Pro, look at that. All of a sudden, the quality of the posts have just gone up. OpenAI is heading for bankruptcy. It might happen sooner than you think. Right now, it has like got close to ChatGPT because it breaks down very nicely. You can see this, it is breaking down the sentences. It understood the structure. It using my words that I personally like as well. And there you go. What would you do if you were in the Sam Altman shoes, right? So now it got it right because I used the 2.5 Pro model this time. But again, all of this is completely free of cost, and you can use Gemini Gems to create equivalent of Chat GPTs anytime you want. But again, rule of thumb is when it comes to writing, Chat GPT is much better. Even though it is paid, it is much, much better than that of Gemini, right? But Gemini is good with other things. And we're going to talk about that very, very soon as well. But you can use Gemini Gems to create these apps for free forever, right? And you can use them for free forever without paying for the paid account. Now, with that being said, we have learned how to build a viral tweet generator. Now we learned how to create a viral LinkedIn post generator, which writes in our own style, right? Let us take it up to the next level right now, shall we? How about we build the next agent? And the next agent is going to be interesting. Okay. You see, I'm sure a lot of you people have a lot of doubts. When we open the Q&A box, right? In like 10 minutes, you guys entered literally 400 questions. In 10 minutes. Okay. You entered 400 questions. There is no way in hell that we have 4,600 people right now on the call. There is no way we can answer every question that you have. It's impossible. I need like 100 people in the backend just to clear your doubts. How do we solve this problem? Well, how about we build an AI agent? How about we build an AI agent which has attended the session already, or at least the yesterday session, because that's already over. It has attended yesterday's session and can answer any question that you might have. Should we build that bot, which is going to be an outskill AI mentor, which can answer any question that you might have, and we build that live right now? I will build that in front of you guys so that you can learn how to do that as well. Come on, guys. Hell yeah in the chat. I want all the 4,600 people on the call to be dropping hell yes in the chat. This is exciting. This is insane. Yes, let's get right into this. Okay. This time, let's try to build it completely on Gemini so that you guys also know that Gemini, for a use case like this, I feel Gemini is very, very good. The use case that we're going to do right now, for that, Gemini is very, very good. So we need a prompt to start with, right? And let us go and tell Gemini how we want the prompt to be. You are an expert prompt engineer who has worked for the Google Gemini team for the last 10 years. And in fact, you've been focused on writing advanced system prompts for Gemini Gems. I want you to write a super extensive prompt for a Outskill AI mentor. The job of the AI mentor is that it can answer questions of learners who have attended the generative AI mastermind. So every time a learner asks a question, you will, using the prompt, understand the question to the best possible way, check out for the answer in the transcript that I've attached. The transcript is of the session that happened live. I've converted that live session into a transcript and I've attached that as a knowledge base. Okay. So every time someone asks a question, understand the question, go inside of the transcript, find the answer. If you find the answer, after you find the answer, explain that answer to the learner in the best possible way, like you are the best teacher in the world. If the learner is asking a question which was not covered, then you can ask the learner to write to hi@outskill.com to get their questions answered. But do your best to be able to answer the questions, even if directionally, if you're able to find the information inside of the transcript, use that information to give the answer to the learner. Your job, your North Star goal is to give answers to as many people as possible. So do your best when it comes to writing the prompt. So that's what I say. I basically explained what my product is about in text. I just explained everything. Now I'm just going to send it. And it's going to start writing a prompt. Now, guys, when I was writing the prompt, right, you remember I said, I will attach the transcript as a knowledge base. You can see this. I will attach the transcript as a knowledge base. What did I mean by that? So guys, while we told you that we will not be giving a recording of the session, we were recording the yesterday's session and also today's session. Why? Because we want to get the transcript like this. You can see this. There is everything that was covered yesterday is here in form of a transcript. This is 58 pages of transcript of 4 hours of session yesterday. How did we get this transcript? Obviously, Zoom gives us this transcript for free. But if you have a YouTube video or any video for that matter, and you want to get the transcript of that, what is transcript? Transcript is basically subtitles or everything that was spoken, right? Zoom gives this for free. But if you want a transcript of everything as well, you can simply go to video to transcript converter free on Google. You will find this tool called as Happy Scribe, right? Happy Scribe is a great tool which you can use. We can upload a video and it will convert that into text for you, right? But we have already done that. We have 58 pages of transcript right now. And this is what we're going to attach with AI. Okay. Now that I've asked this prompt, look at this. Gemini has started to give us a prompt already. Code directive and persona, knowledge base and constraints, operational workflow step-by-step guide. You can see this. And it has asked us to rename the prompt file as this. So I'm going to rename the prompt file as this so I can find it very easily. Okay. And you can see this. It has written a very, very long prompt. Extremely long prompt, which is crazy, right? Now I'm going to be like, listen, this prompt is great, but I want it in Markdown style because we want all our prompts in Markdown style. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to be like, can you rewrite the prompt in the Markdown prompting style like this? Okay, so Gemini is doing its job again. Now that it came up with a prompt, it's starting to rewrite the whole prompt in the Markdown prompting style, you can see, but it is not in Markdown again. So this is interesting, guys. I asked it to give it in Markdown. as a result, but I don't see hashtags and stars or anything. How do I get it? So I can simply say, could you give me the prompt in a code editor or code block so that the markdown format is retained? Take a screenshot of what I've just typed here. Could you give me the prompt in a code editor or a code block? When I say give me the output in a code editor or code block, then the markdown format, the hashtags and stars is what we want, right? Is not coming right now. So when I say you give me in a code editor or code block, then it will give me in a box with hashtags and stars. Okay. So this is what I say when I don't get it. I've just dropped that note as well in the chat. You can see this. Right now, it is giving the whole output in a markdown style with hashtags and stars as well. Guys, did you guys understand what we are doing? Because it didn't give me these hashtags and stars, I said give me the output in a code editor or code block. When it came in a code editor or code block, then it gave it to me in hashtags and stars. Clear in the chat if you guys are clear about this. Clear in the chat if you guys are clear about this. Yes. Perfect, 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 perfect. Now that we got the prompt, I can simply click on the copy button here. Come to explore gems, click on create new gems, and I'm going to call this the Outskill AI Mentor. I'm going to paste the prompt right now. There you go. The whole prompt is here. And now we have to attach the transcript that we have downloaded. I'm not going to just copy the text and paste it here. That will not work, right? Because it cannot remember such a large amount of text. As a result, I will simply download this. And then in the bottom, you have something called as knowledge. Here, I can click on this add button, upload files, and I can upload the transcript, which is a PDF file. You'll have to wait for it to load. You can see this. There you go. It is done right now. Now, guys, we have created the prompt, which is right here. Also attach the knowledge base. We are all good to go. I'm going to click on the save button right now. Funny. Why don't you ask me some tough questions about yesterday's session? Let's try to get AI wrong.
I was thinking if we could ask it to give a recap of the workflow that I taught everyone on how they can redesign landing pages and improve conversion rates.
Sure. Yesterday, there was this trainer, I can't remember his name. He told me that we can build landing pages using AI, and he showed us a process, but I was not there because I had to drop off in the middle. Could you describe that process to me and also remind me who this person was and which tool he used? I made it very difficult, funny. I didn't even mention your name this time. Let's see. Okay. It says doing analysis. Guys, there's a very good chance it might not work. If it doesn't work, I'll tell you how to fix it as well. Don't worry about it. Okay, it's doing a lot of analysis because it's a long prompt and also a huge document that we have attached. So that is it has to read the whole document before it answers. And there you go. Of course, that's an excellent question. The process you're asking about is a key demonstration